안녕하세요. 다들 좋은 한 주 보내고 계신가요? 아마도 주식 투자를 하는 분이시라면 재정적으로 탄탄하면서 성장 가능성이 높고 5년, 10년 후에 지금보다 크게 성장했을 주식을 찾아주는 플랫폼이 있었으면 좋겠다라는 생각을 분명히 많이 하실 거란 생각이 듭니다. 오늘은 시킹 알파의 퀀트 시스템의 창시자인 스티브 크레스가 시킹 알파 플랫폼을 이용해서 총 4개의 가장 큰 인공지능 ETF에 속한 147개 회사들 중에 밸런스 시트, 캐시플로우, PE 레이쇼, EPS, 성장 포텐셜, 주가의 모멘텀 등을 분석해서 퀀트 시스템상 점수가 높고 가장 저평가되고 있는 탑 10개 주식을 찾는 방법을 나누도록 하겠습니다. 자, 혹시라도 이 탑 10개 주식 리스트를 받고 싶으신 분들께서는 아래 디스크립션에 탑 10이라고 적혀있는 링크를 클릭하시면 되겠고요. 탑 10 리스트와 함께 제가 매일매일 마켓에 대한 인사이트를 나누는 뉴스레터 리스트에도 추가를 해서 뉴스레터들도 보내드리도록 하겠습니다. 그리고 지금 시킹 알파 프리미엄 서비스가 프로모션을 해서 1년에 239불하는 서비스를 189불에 제공하고 있으며 2주간 무료로 사용할 수 있으니 오늘 영상을 보시고 시킹 알파 서비스에 관심 있으신 분들께서는 아래 디스크립션에 프로모션 링크를 클릭하시기 바라겠습니다. 자, 그러면 스티브가 147개 회사들 중에 탑 10개 주식을 시킹 알파 플랫폼을 사용해서 선별한 방법을 한번 같이 보도록 하겠습니다. 제가 만든 컨텐츠들은 어디까지나 정보 전달을 위한 영상들이기 때문에 절대 영상만 보시고 주식들을 매도하지 마시기 바라고요. 본인 스스로 반드시 리서치를 더 하신 다음에 판단을 내리시기 바라겠습니다.
Hello, everyone. It is my pleasure to have the head of quantitative strategies at Seeking Alpha, Stephen Kress, on our channel as a guest once again. For those that may not know Steve is one who actually invented and built the famous Seeking Alpha quant system that are used by thousands and thousands of investors nowadays. And I'm sure that many of you watching this interview may have used Seeking Alpha's quant system and have benefited from the system's analysis when, searching for stocks to invest in.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, Drew.
Right. So, Steve, I know we were supposed to have this interview a month ago when you launched that amazing article on your top AI stocks, but it seems like you analyzed approximately 147 companies and narrowed it down to your top 10 AI stocks. So during this interview, I really would love to hear the process and how you narrowed more than 147 companies down to just 10. And if you can share and actually show us the process on how you analyze these stocks on the Seeking Alpha platform.
To make sure that I had a good pool of securities, I went to 4 of the largest AI ETFs. And what I did is I uploaded those companies from those ETFs into my portfolio tool. Once it was in the portfolio tool, I then rely on my quant system to separate the strong companies from the weak companies based on those underlying metrics. And that's how I came up with my list of top 10. And I actually expanded it out a little bit more. What I'd like to do, sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I'm going to share my screen. We had a list of top 10 stocks, but there were some major players that people, wanted included in it. So we decided to sort of expand it out to 13. I have all the AI stocks loaded here from the ETFs, and you could load up your own personal holdings. So you could load up, 3 stocks, 5 stocks, 10 stocks, or you could load up the entire S&P 500 and take a look at what the quant rating is on it. So this is the list of all the AI stocks, and you can see that we have the quant ratings there. You could also take a look at the actual rating page, and I'm going to click on that, and you can see what the valuation grades are, the growth grades, profitability, momentum, and EPS revisions. And what's really important about these grades is that they're sector relative. So you're not looking at Meta just sort of in this absolute value term. You're actually looking at Meta compared from a valuation perspective to all the other IT stocks. When you look at its growth grade, you're looking at it versus the other IT stocks. This shows you a chart of the stock, and you can see the performance of the stock actually just by clicking over here. So this will show you what the year-to-date performance is for CAT, and that's up 14%. And the Seeking Alpha analysts, we show the consensus rating there, and the Wall Street consensus rating, both are hold. When you take a look at valuation, you could see how many metrics we actually look at. And from a valuation standpoint on CAT, the overall grade is C minus, but on the conventional underlying metrics, which contribute to that overall grade, you can see it actually looks pretty good. It's the PE on a GAAP basis is a B minus, and on a forward basis, it's a B. And we show what the absolute data point is as well. So you can actually see the forward PE for CAT is 13.5 times versus the sector median at 17.5 times. So CAT's actually at a 22% discount to the sector. So from my standpoint, from a PE basis, the stock actually is pretty cheap versus the sector. Where it gets a little bit pricier is on price to sales and price to book. It's a little bit richer. But we're taking a look at all of these underlying metrics to come up with that overall valuation grade. And from a quant perspective, what we want when we do a ranking on stocks is we identify stocks that are collectively strong on the basis of value, growth, profitability, momentum, and EPS revisions. And the ones that have the best scores for all of these investment characteristics would get the strong buy rating. If we scroll down a little bit more, you could see that CAT is number 17 out of 656 in the industrial sector. But within its industry, its closer peers, it's actually 1 out of 42. Say you are interested actually in saying, okay, who's number 1 in the sector? All you have to do is click on the rank area, and this will display the industrial stocks, of which Caterpillar is. And you're going to see come up momentarily. There it is. The ratings, the quant ratings for all the stocks in the industrial sector. And we rank it. You can see going down in descending order of what our buys are. As you scroll down, you'll see CAT is number 17.
I think this is really helpful, especially for someone who doesn't know how to kind of use Seeking Alpha. Another question that I had was, it seems like you're narrowing down the stocks that are rated the highest based on the quant system. And I kind of get the idea that you're narrowing a portfolio where you want to get, buy more and keep that as your core AI stocks. But from this portfolio, if the rating or the recommendation goes to a lower number or maybe an indication for the sell, would you then follow that ranking?
Yeah. So if I saw the quant drop down to sell or a strong sell, that's the guidance from our quant system. And what it's telling you is that perhaps it's, overvalued or, earnings are being revised down. And compared to the rest of the sector, it does not look attractive. So that's how that directional sell recommendation would appear.
I guess based on the colors, whether it's green, yellow, or red, it kind of indicates buy, hold, or sell. But a lot of people, including myself, if we have a stock that we're interested in, we look at the 10Ks, 10Qs, and then we go to chart analysis looking at, I look at like 8 indicators and make the decision to buy or sell. But you're saying that this quant system, we don't even have to go to the charts, and it's actually analyzing the numbers and giving you the actual, I would say, not recommendation, but the suggestion based on the numbers that the company is providing.
Well, we could say it does have a rating, and the rating, it's a data-driven process where for each company, it's comparing the metrics for that company to the median for the exact metrics for other companies in the sector. We look at historical data. We also look at forward data. I'm going to click on growth. And what I mean by forward data is we're looking at the consensus estimates from analysts that cover this stock, and we're bringing them into the model. So whether it's for revenue estimates or EBITDA estimates or earnings per share estimates, we're bringing those into this model. Again, the consensus. So we're looking at historical data and forward data. We don't look at charts per se, but what we do look at is momentum. And it's one of the most important factors to look at. And a lot of people don't know that. They don't even think of momentum as a factor, but this is sort of the price activity on the stock. We look at it on a 3-month basis, 6-month basis, 9-month, and 1 year. And again, this is a sector relative grade 2, and it shows that Supermicro has outperformed its sector across the board during those different time periods, and that gets a score from us. So again, it's very predictable in terms of the future when you use this as a metric.
Steve, I think this was amazing, and there was so much topics. And I think this was a great meeting where people who wanted to be involved with Seeking Alpha but didn't know, this is a great guidance on how you could actually put your portfolio and look at the numbers, what the quant system means. Again, thank you very much for your time today.
My pleasure.
I would love to, have you on our channel again and again. And the more we kind of want to learn, I think you're the guy that we should invite on our channel.
Well, thank you for having me, and good luck with investing out there.
All right. Thank you very much, Steve.
Thanks. Take care.
조금이라도 도움이 되셨다면 주위 분들과 나눠주셨으면 너무 고맙겠고요. 구독과 라이크를 해주시면 더욱 감사하겠습니다.